Hey guys, so I am going to be talking about deodorant today, specifically natural deodorant. And let me first start out by saying that I am a naturally smelly person. I am a person who sweats, and I am a person who smells badly when she sweats. I am not a special snowflake in this area. I need deodorant. I'm not one of those people who can just skip deodorant. When I don't have deodorant on, I am reminded of my humanity. So I just want to say that going into this, I'm not one of those people who's just like, just don't wear it. I really need deodorant. And I have been on this journey to find the right natural deodorant. Now, I am not super hippy dippy, but I do lean a little green. But the deodorant thing, I have to say, I have been feeling pretty convicted about the whole aluminum in your armpit thing. There is just a ton of research that indicates it's bad, that it causes some hormonal issues, and then specifically aluminum with young kids. And so, you know, as my kids also need deodorant, 3 of my 4 are already needing deodorant, and they're all in puberty, and the research is really showing that kids in puberty should not be using aluminum deodorant. So I have been searching high and low. I'm not kidding, I really have tried all of them. So I'm gonna start with the ones that I like the best and go in descending order, although I'm gonna say right from the get-go, I'm not gonna talk about Tom's of Maine, or most of the natural deodorants you've probably seen in the health food store, because they do not work. Tom's of Maine was just a joke for me. Like, most of the stick deodorants in the store don't work at all. Okay, so my very favorite one, well, I have 2 favorites. One of my favorites is a new one to me, which is Oyen Funk Butter. This one comes in a couple scents. The one that I have is Cocoa Mango. It also comes in a fig, which smells really nice, and then there's an unscented. So I have found that jarred deodorants, in terms of natural deodorants, tend to work better, at least for me. All of the ones that I'm going to recommend the most are in a jar. So let me show, I'm going to open it and show you what the consistency is like. It's like clay. So this one, it's a little difficult to get out, and you got to rub it on the armpits yourself. But I like the way this one smells, which to me is important. I want it to smell good. It does come in unscented if you're sensitive, but I feel like this one works really nicely. Now, if you're not familiar with this brand, Oyen, they actually make hair care products that are kind of particular for African American hair, so that's how I got introduced to the company for my boy's hair. But then when I discovered that they made a natural deodorant, I jumped on board and bought it, and I really, really like this one. My second runner-up, which I love probably just as much, is Schmidt's, also in a jar. You're gonna see I'm going in descending order, and all the jarred, for me, all the ones that come in a jar work a lot better than the sticks. So Schmidt's, this scent that I love is rose vanilla, but they have a number of other scents. Now, I love the way this one smells. This one is also in a jar, and I do have to say this one is a little more difficult to apply. And if you look at the consistency of this one, it's even more like clay. This one comes with like an applicator, and you basically have to like dig it out, put it in the palm of your hand, put a little in the palm of your hand. I'll actually show you. You got to put a little in the palm of your hand, and then what I usually do is I put my fingers over it for a few seconds, and like it emulsifies in my hand, and then I can spread it onto my armpits. So I gotta say, this one, while I think it smells amazing, it works really well, but it is a little bit tedious in the morning, and then you do kind of have to wash your hands. I'm just gonna wipe it on a napkin over here, but you have to wash your hands after you use it. But the smell of this one is really nice. Now, along these lines of the jarred products, another one I really like is Primal Pit Paste. It's similar. This one is, consistency-wise, a little thinner, a little more like a cream, a little less like a clay, more like a cream, which is nicer to apply, but I don't think it works as well. But this one comes in unscented. This one comes in a lot of fun scents. It comes in a lavender. I want to say there's a basil. They have some like herby ones. Now for my boys, I have my boys using the Primal Pit Paste, same thing, but in a scent called Royal and Rogue. And the best way I can describe this smell is like hippie. It's a hippie smell. I like it. I mean, I like it. That's why I have them use it. But it's definitely got a strong, I don't know, like patchouli kind of vibe. This one's actually pretty full, so you can see it's definitely more like a cream. So that is Primal Pit Paste. Okay, those are my favorite jarred deodorants. If you really don't like the idea of sticking your fingers in a jar and spreading it on your armpit and you really just want something more traditional, I would recommend Primal Pit Paste's stick, their natural deodorant stick. Now this one also comes in a bunch of different scents. I really like the lavender of this one, but you can see it's a similar consistency to the jar that they sell. In fact, it might even be really the same. I have to say, I mean, for full disclosure, this is not what you're used to in stick deodorant. It's almost more like a push-up pop. Remember push-up pops? So, you know, you're still kind of rubbing a cream in, and you do have to go slow with this one because it does kind of have to like melt a little and emulsify as you're putting it on. But if you want something in a stick, in terms of efficacy, this one is the best. But again, it's different. I mean, when you're shifting to natural deodorant, I don't think you can expect it to look and feel exactly the same as the deodorant you've been accustomed to. Now, if you did, though, want something more like what you're used to using like a stick deodorant, then I would recommend the stick deodorant from Schmidt's. Now, this is the company that also makes my favorite jarred deodorant. The stick is not nearly as effective. I gotta tell you, if you're going natural, you do kind of have to, I think, use the clay kind of feeling stuff. This one, though, I will say is, you know, if you just wanted something easier to try, this one is more like probably what most of us are used to. This scent, lavender and sage, is so nice. It smells like a spa. And this one works okay. I will say that I can wear this one on a hot day and be just okay. This one I would probably wear when I'm not going many places and it's maybe cold out. Lavender sage is a nice scent. Cedarwood and juniper is also nice. And if you have boys and you're looking for an easy deodorant for boys, this scent is very unisex and very nice. Okay. Oh, I feel bad even mentioning this one because I don't really have a link to give you guys, but this one is one of my favorites, and it's No Tox Life, and I actually just bought this at my local farmer's market. So if any of you are in the Orange County area, Santa Ana Farmer's Market on Sunday, this stuff is the bomb. She has all these different scents. This one is fresh fig. I love the way it smells. But also, again, I think the effective ones tend to look a little more like clay. Now, I'm going to talk about two roll-on natural deodorants. These are not my favorite, but if you really like a roll-on, this one I have to say has incredible Amazon reviews. I was on it, but I also don't love the smell. But this one is Desert Essence, and this one has tea tree, lavender, and aloe. Now, I think I may not love this one as much because I don't love the tea tree scent, and I also find it a little harsh on my skin. But if you like a roll-on, this one's real easy. And I feel like this one might be a nice one for like teen boys just starting to wear deodorant. So that's Desert Essence. And then another one, so I will say most natural deodorants work by using baking soda. That's why they have this clay consistency. They're thicker, and that's what keeps the odor down. Now, Desert Essence is using tea tree oil to deodorize. Kiss My Face has one called Liquid Rock that is more based on like crystals, potassium, I don't know. Anyway, this is a different like active ingredient. This is a lavender scent, also a roll-on. Not my favorite, but you know, it's at least a little bit effective. But if you're really wanting to make the jump, and if you sweat a lot and need a lot of a lot of help. I would definitely go with one of the ones in the jar. I know it's different, but you can do it. You can get used to this being just a part of your routine in the morning. And my two very favorites, and I think the links are up, Schmidt's in the jar, Rose Vanilla is my favorite, and Oyen Funk Butter. All right, if you guys have some that you love, link them up in the comments, because I am always open to trying more, but I have tried, I will say, a lot of them, and those are my favorites. Thanks, guys.